maybe it's very important to give context in what the situation is on the ground. The situation on the ground is such that there's a river bed passing through Dolam, Namatin, Herero location, UN Plaza, and Grijsblock. Those of you, or those people who have maybe spent some time at UN Plaza will realize that there's a smell there. There's a very bad smell there, even if you're in the area of Black Chain. Now that smell is caused by what we are complaining about. What we are complaining about is spillage coming from drains. Now, there are residents who stay on lower ground in Namatin, about 10 households. At that specific point where the drain spillage is, there are two pipes, sewer pipes meeting, one from Okuriangawa, one from Lafrance, meaning that every resident's waste meets at that point. And because the drain capacity cannot take, every other day it overspills. When that happens, the sewage near the house or in the sewage line in the 10 houses is affected, and it also overspills. So the residents have been complaining since 6th of November 2018 towards the city of Windhoek to say that this thing is getting out of hand. Children have developed chronic illnesses. We cannot live. Sometimes when this spillage happens, people cannot use the toilet for 4 days. It's against that background that the people have gone tired, because the last letters, which I wrote myself, we wrote 3 letters in the past 3 weeks. Those who follow on social media will see that I've been sharing content of what happens there. And I've shared it with the mayor and the city of Windhoek team when they were in Katutura Central to say that before this gets to that point, before the 13th, please do address this issue. The people have demands that they are saying, at least do this part of what we are asking to manage the situation.
So, Shaun, you say since 2018,
since
this has been ongoing.
Yes.
You raised your complaints, of course, with the municipality. But since 2018, it's 2025 now. There hasn't been any feedback, or there hasn't been any tangible action to address this particular issue. And I also just want to know, was there no other alternative of expressing your frustrations and grievances other than, throwing or dumping this trash at the city of Windhoek?
Yeah, trash is an understatement, but yeah. But look, here are the emails. There have been emails, dozens of emails written to different departments. I was even speaking to one of the officials in the solid waste department the day before yesterday. What happens is, whenever City of Windhoek goes there, what they do is they go and put powder, and then they just calm the situation down, and then the situation reoccurs. So what the people have been saying is, and even their own plumbers have confirmed this when we found them on site, they said that it's an infrastructural issue whereby the pipes must be widened. So the people are saying, deepen the riverbed so that the water can be guided, and widen the flow, widen the pipes that are there because of the capacity it can carry, and move the drains out of the yards to a certain point. City of Windhoek is claiming that the people must do that themselves to move to outside of their yard because of regulations that this and this. And the people have been telling them that they cannot afford, because these are pensioners, these are people, this is in Katutura. Yeah. So the people are saying, can we not meet each other halfway? I would have understood if City of Windhoek had gone to the people, have a meeting, explain to the people that even though we have a budget for wastewater management, 1.7 billion for that annually, what the challenge is this and that and that. So we can only do this in this financial year.
So it's the transparency and accountability that
that's what the people want. Yeah. But they don't do that. They just send people, and people every time the people complain, it will happen this week Friday. It will happen. The people will only come on Sunday. Every time it happens like that. When the people complain Friday, it happens Sunday. So it happens weekly. Sometimes every second week it happens, and then people are affected for 4 days. Who wants to live like that? And I'm talking about serious poo. If you were there, my head was paining until 8 o'clock in the morning, in the night.
Because of that.
Because of that smell. That smell.
Mm. I mean, just earlier this morning, I read an article, or rather a response from the city of Windhoek, where they say that they have dispatched teams, to affected areas to restore the normal flow and clean up the sites. But they also, in the same vein, raised concerns about vandalism of the sewage, infrastructure. So don't you think that perhaps the communities also have, a role to play in terms of just ensuring that it doesn't get to this point and dumping certain materials that will also block the sewer, and in the same vein, then also, damage the sewage system? If
we look at the proposals shared by the community members that are seriously affected, what they have said is, it's not them vandalizing them. There's no way that if you throw things in a drain that is here, it will immediately do something there, because that it flows and then it will affect the ones. Those drains are following each other. What the proposal there is, demarcate those drains and those rivers, because you can see this stink and filth has been there for years. Are you now telling me that because people are vandalizing, there's nothing you can do? While you can demarcate that, and whenever you want to do, you go and fix it. That's what you can do, so that no children can go. But it's not. That is not the situation here. If you understand the situation there, is that because this line gets overflown and it spills, this line is affected. Yeah. And this line is in the people's yard. So the people are saying, let it be taken out and let the river be widened, and maybe you build some sort of a shield. Because you must remember, when the rain is also coming, the rainwater, the flood from the rain also affects these houses. So that is the situation that is there. If those that are releasing these press statements can abreast themselves with the situation, with the solid waste management, that is what they will get.
Absolutely. I mean, what was the reaction yesterday, at the city of Windhoek, and what are your expectations now? Was there any feedback? Just, give us.
City of Windhoek, as we speak, I was just, before I came on, I was told that the City of Windhoek officials are there again. They are taking videos, they are assessing the situation. Yesterday they had a disaster risk management day at UN Plaza. The filth is also there at UN Plaza. You simply cannot relax at UN Plaza, read a book or so, and that place is intended for that. I'm sure they got the smell. I'm sure they are aware of what we are talking about, how it affects residents, how it affects those who want to go and leisure in that park. It's very important for our young people to go leisure in that park. The grass is very nice, but it is affected because the filth is there. And there's also a need to have awareness, to speak to communities, to say that, guys, you saw this river has been doing this for those. Let's not do this, then it causes this. That's not done. Let's do that, and then after that, say the community members. You can also involve us so that we can also go to community members and say, we cannot do this and expect the city to and then fight the city when this happens. But you are not doing that.